So the no contact rule seems simple on paper. You just stop talking to your ex, right? Well, not exactly. There's a whole universe of shit that you need to avoid if you want this thing to actually work. And today, in this video, I will walk you through the major pitfalls that can sabotage your no contact efforts when you're trying to get back with your ex. And look, I get it. You're probably thinking, Max, I already know I shouldn't text my ex. But trust me, there is way more to it than just avoiding direct contact, direct communication. So let's dive right in. And first off, I want to talk about emotional suppression. And I get the feeling that, your breakup sucks, it's painful, it's very difficult for you, but trying to push your emotions down or pretend they don't exist, that's just going to turn you into an emotional time bomb. And the more you suppress your emotions, the more likely you are to have these random mood swings and temper tantrums during no contact. So what I'm saying is, you need to feel like shit to actually heal your shit. Otherwise, you do run the risk of just doing something, a certain behavior like chasing and pursuing your ex, for example, that will lower your attraction, that will get them to be a bit more turned off by you. Now, another big mistake people make is escapism. Now, there's nothing wrong with when we talk about escapism, let's say playing video games or hitting the gym to kind of distract yourself from your pain occasionally. But if you're diving into this 2-week gaming binge, or you're drinking yourself into oblivion every night, well, you're not really doing no contact, you're just suppressing your pain, you're suppressing your emotions. Speaking of emotional management, let's address overexpression next. And this is when you're essentially trauma dumping on everyone around you, be that friends or family. I know you're hurting, I get that, but the point is, if you're constantly venting about your ex to a point where your friends or family, they're dodging your calls, they're avoiding you, they are frustrated with you, you need to dial it back. So be aware of when you are going too far with emotional expression. Next up, stop with the social media stunting. And I see this all the time. People posting first drafts or carefully curated photos or videos about how amazing their life is without their ex. And here's the brutal truth, your ex can smell the bullshit from a mile away. They know you're trying to get their attention if you're posting stuff like this, especially if you never posted it before, and it just makes you look desperate and even manipulative at worst. Next pitfall, cut the indirect communication crap. Now this means no accidentally bumping into your ex at their favorite coffee shop, let's say. No asking mutual friends to relay messages, and for fuck's sake, stop sending birthday wishes to their mom, hoping the news gets back to them. You're not being clever, you're just being needy. Speaking of mutual friends, stop using them as your personal CIA agents. Don't interrogate them about your ex's life. Don't ask them if your ex is seeing anyone new. And definitely don't try to plant information about how well you're doing, when in reality maybe you're not. It's transparent and it's pathetic. Your friends will get the idea about what you're trying to do here, and they might tell your ex about it, which only potentially causes drama with them, with both your ex as well as these mutual friends. Now, another huge no-no, bad-mouthing your ex to mutual friends. And I don't care how much of an ass they were, keep that stuff to yourself or maybe save it for your therapist. The thing is, there's always that one friend who just cannot keep their mouth shut. And trust me, whatever you say will get back to your ex eventually because of this friend, and it's gonna blow up in your face. Another thing that's gonna blow up in your face is trying to be friends with your ex, right? So if your ex suggests that you guys stay friends and you think perfect will be, I'll be such a good friend that they'll just have to take me back, you're wrong. All you're doing at that point is torturing yourself and giving them the benefits of a relationship without any commitment. You're not If you're watching this video, for example, which is fundamentally a video about getting back with an ex, you don't want a friendship with your ex. That said, if you actually go to your ex now and let's say you bring up the idea of being friends, or you simply accept when they bring it up, you are being very dishonest to yourself. You're being disingenuous to yourself. And it hurts, obviously, your self-esteem. It also, apart from that, it can come across to your ex as very manipulative, because to be real with you, there will be a time and place where the facade will fall off, where your mask will fall off. Meaning, right now, let's say you're dating, you're hanging out with your ex, to put it a better way. You're basically their friend, okay, but then at some point you're gonna get emotional and you're going to show some sign of romantic interest. Your ex will see that sign, will notice that sign, and they will be repulsed by you. They will feel as though you've manipulated them all this time and that you didn't actually want to be friends. You just wanted to kind of find a back door to a romantic relationship with them. And you just weren't direct with them about what you want from the get-go. And that's what will lower your attraction in their eyes. So just keep that in mind. Kind of a little side note, a little tangent. But to get back on track, another mistake is validation seeking. Now, you know what I'm talking about here. Constantly looking for signs that your ex still has feelings for you. Checking if they viewed your Instagram story. Analyzing their every move on social media. I mean, here's the thing, the validation you're desperately seeking from your ex needs to, instead of them and what they're doing, it needs to come from yourself. So try and learn how to do that. Try to validate yourself. Focus on internal validation, not external validation. Now let's talk about something that might hurt a little bit more than the rest of the advice I gave till now. Stop planning your comeback. You know what I mean. So crafting the perfect text for when your ex would reach out, rehearsing what you will say to them when you accidentally run into them. As I said in my one of the last tips, right? Don't accidentally try to bump into your ex at all. Like, we both know what you're doing there. Plotting how to make them jealous. None of this shit works. And all of this keeps you trapped in the past instead of actually letting you grow and improve yourself. And while we're at it, cut out the symbolic bullshit as well. Like, don't keep wearing your ex's clothes. Don't sleep with their pillow. Don't drive by their house. Don't rewatch your shows, you know, the shows that you guys watch together and they mean a lot to you. Same with songs, for example. You are just marinating in misery by that point, and you need to prevent yourself from doing stuff like this so you'll be able to move forward faster. And here's the real kicker. Stop waiting for your ex, because no contact isn't about marking days off a calendar until you can contact them again. It's about rebuilding yourself in your life without your ex. It's about letting them have their freedom, and it's about getting them to a point where they reach out to you, where they actually put effort into rebuilding the relationship first, and then you can escalate things and you can scale the relationship and all that good stuff. But until then, you should have the mindset of it's probably done for good, and you should find, or at least try to find, someone else. And if you're sitting there counting the hours while you're in this no contact period, or just, counting the days until you are quote unquote allowed to contact your ex, or to put it a better way, until they reach out, you're missing the point of all of this stuff entirely. So don't do that. The goal of no contact isn't to manipulate your ex into missing you. It's not to get them to reach out. It's not to inspire them to be very anxious about losing you and then therefore they reach out. It's just about creating genuine change in yourself. Your ex isn't going to come back because you played some masterful game of psychological warfare. They might come back because they notice real authentic growth in you. And the only way that real authentic growth can actually blossom, in my opinion, is if you truly let them go and let them come back to you at their own pace. It's not like you wait 30 days and then you start spamming their phone after a no contact period is over. You don't do that. You try not to do that. So if you want to know more about how to properly implement the no contact rule and maximize your chances of getting your eggs back through honesty and self-improvement, kind of my approach, you should grab my free reattraction cheat sheet available for download with the link in the description down below this video. Check that out, and that's pretty much all from my side. Thanks for watching, and bye bye.